You know, people sometimes glaze over with all of this, Steve. But there are two tracks here. There's the email investigation, and now 15,000 additional documents. We don't know how many emails, but documents that have not been seen by anybody. Authorities say they just found them, in addition to the 30,000 that were said to be erased. Then you have these emails that Judicial Watch gets, some of them out today, including interchanges between Uma Abedin, a top aide, and Doug Band, the head of the Clinton Foundation, in which she says to him, he asked, speaking about someone from Bahrain, he's in town tomorrow. Doug Band asked to see Hillary Clinton, good friend of ours. He asked to see Hillary Clinton Thursday, Friday through normal channels. I asked, and she said she doesn't want to commit to anything for Thursday, Friday until she knows how she feels. She says that she may want to go to New York and doesn't want to commit herself to stuff in New York. Again, this is the Clinton Foundation and the State Department interacting, offering Bahrain 10 p.m., 10 tomorrow meeting. If you see him, let him know. We've reached out through official channels. Here's what the State Department said about all of this today.
Important people who had reason to convey information to the Secretary. There was nothing that we have seen that implied any kind of untoward relationship.
And James Rosen finding out that the Clinton Foundation COO, Laura Graham, left at least 148 messages for Cheryl Mills, Chief of Staff for Hillary Clinton. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, interaction between top Clinton aides.
Well, they probably just wanted to talk about scheduling her yoga lessons and Clinton grandchildren. Look, think about what Hillary Clinton said about this back in July. There is absolutely no connection between anything that I did as Secretary of State and the Clinton Foundation. We saw what you just read. Clearly she was lying. I mean, people are going to try to dress this up and use all sorts of euphemisms for what she was doing to avoid saying that she was lying. Clearly she was lying there. You have now, in addition to the evidence about Bahrain and the preference that they were given in terms of a meeting after going through the Clinton Foundation, you have other emails previously disclosed about jobs being offered to Clinton Foundation donors. You have the email about the emails regarding the person giving a seat on the Intelligence Advisory Committee because of his involvement, or at least related to his involvement in the Clinton Foundation. There is a clear pattern here, and the pattern here is in black and white. What amuses me as I follow other media outlets covering this is they continue to try to cast this as if it's about Republicans. Republicans are attacking Hillary Clinton on the Foundation emails. Republicans say that this isn't about Republicans. This is about Hillary Clinton having made repeated representations that have turned out to be false, and we're seeing evidence that they were false in black and white. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to say that.
Here's what they say, Laura. One, State Department has said there is no direct evidence of a quid pro quo from the Clinton Foundation and anything she did as secretary. Two, that the foundation does great work around the world.
Well, we also heard that she turned over all the documents. I don't know what it is about this particular story, the email story, but every time they try to come out and clarify, or she's asked a question and she has to answer off the cuff, she always steps in it. Think about Colin Powell, just to go back to that for a moment. He was actually a big ally, a big helper to I think to the Clinton campaign. Now, who knows what Colin Powell is going to do in this campaign? Maybe he'll sit it out. If he just sits it out and doesn't say anything, that hurts them. But on this issue with the emails, with all the ins and outs, Bahrain or Cheryl Mills, what people I think increasingly are seeing is that this was set up for the purposes of helping the Clintons. It was selling access, selling influence, and selling employment positions, apparently. That's what it was set up for. There was some tangential benefits to some, charitable endeavors. But most of it just made the Clintons' lives better. That's why people are sick of politics, because politics, you're supposed to be servants of the people. But invariably, everybody else exists just to make the Clintons' lives better. That's how I think this is playing out. All the ins and outs get complicated for people, but I think people are seeing this foundation for what it is.